Hello, good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. So, the screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So because network is not there, so I'm connecting through mobile hotspot. Okay. So today, what we'll start that inverter static characteristics. Okay. So already we have discussed that MOS structure for ideal and non-ideal case. Then MOSFET and different channel and modulation, body effects, all these things we have calculated. And also now the next step is we will go for the circuits. Okay. So whatever we have covered, that is for the device level. Okay. We understand fully what is the device characteristics. Okay. What are the threshold voltage and flat band voltage, and for different regions, what are the charge behavior and that surface potential behavior, and also capacitance behavior. All these things we have studied. Also, we have discussed that intrinsic capacitances. Okay, in a MOSFET, what are the intrinsic that get to source or drain to bulk, and also one or two slides we have discussed about that small signal model of a single MOSFET. Okay, so based on that knowledge, so threshold voltage and all these capacitances. Okay, so we'll discuss our circuit. Okay, so our first circuit is this is inverter. Okay, so you see inverter means if you give a signal at the input, so it will invert at the output. So that's why it's called inverter. If you give a VDD, so you'll get a 0. Means if you give 1, you'll get 0. If you give 0, then you will get 1. So this is generally simple definition for an inverter. Whatever signal you will give, you will get that inverter version of that signal. Okay. So this inverter, why we discuss only inverter? Lot of other circuits are there in digital design, because inverter is nothing but the base of all digital circuits. Okay, so if you will discuss inverter, or if you understand inverter very well, then same concept, same all this dynamic or static or dynamic behavior, everything will applicable for other circuits also, whether it's NAND gate, NOR gate, or any type of digital circuits, complex circuits, we can apply same concepts. Okay, so that's why it's very simple circuit. Okay, minimum circuit. Minimum means one NMOS and one PMOS. Okay, so that's why we're discuss all those things. Means DC characteristics, power, area, and after that we will also check the dynamic characteristics. Okay, the dynamic delay properties, propagation delay, transition delay. Okay, so okay, so all these things we'll discuss in a particular inverter in this simple circuit. Then that thing will apply for other circuits also. Okay. So next thing is here the main aim is particularly in this inverter statics characteristics. So basically the important thing is CMOS inverter. Okay, CMOS inverter means that is complementary MOS. Complementary means one PMOS and one NMOS. Okay, by using that one PMOS and one NMOS, we'll create a circuit, that is inverter circuit, and that is generally used now. So every chip, every digital design, that all the circuits are CMOS based. Okay, so complementary, one PMOS, one NMOS, like that. Suppose for a NAND gate, two NMOS, two PMOS. Okay, similar number of transistors are same, means in N for N and for P, same number of transistors. Okay, so this is complementary. But before that, so we should know some other versions of inverter. So before going to that CMOS versions, okay, so we have to discuss something other inverters like resistive load inverter, then other MOSFETs, NMOS or PMOS load inverters. Okay, so that thing we'll discuss Once you understood this part, then easily you can understand that CMOS part. Okay. So here, and another so when we'll discuss CMOS, I'll say that. So you can see, this is the first slide. You can see, so this is the logic symbol and truth table. You can see the symbol is, so you are giving input at the input A, and you are getting output as A bar. Okay, this is the symbol. You can see it's a triangle and a bubble. Okay, so this is a simple symbol of inverter. And you know the truth table. When you are giving A is equal to 0, then B is equal to 1, or A is equal to 1, that is B is equal to 0. And this is the ideal voltage transfer characteristic of the inverter. Ideal means, so means when you will give a 0 and it will give 1, that means for a 0 to VDD supply, okay, you have to suppose increase the voltage. So up to half of that VDD, so it will give 0, and half of the means after that half of the voltage up to VDD, so it will give 0. Okay, this is the ideal characteristics. And that VDD by 2 is nothing but a threshold voltage of the inverter. Okay, so before that threshold voltage, that the inverter has two transistors, that NMOS, one PMOS. Before the threshold transistor N will be off. Okay, so there is no current flow, so that almost all voltage you will get at the output, that is VDD. So once you will reach the threshold voltage, means VDD by 2, exactly half of that supply voltage, so that transistor, NMOS transistor will be on. That means once it will be on, then directly you will ground will reflect at the output. So that's why this is very ideal. But in reality, you will not get this type of curve. Okay, some slope, you will get some slope at this transition region. You will get some slope, finite slope. Okay, exactly. This is very infinite slope. You will never get this. This is very ideal curve. Okay. So now this is the overview, means what is the transistor symbol, and means an inverter symbol, and this truth table and ideal characteristics curve. Okay, this is voltage transfer characteristics. Okay, if you will change input, you will get output. How you will get that thing here? Okay, see, this is the first. This is the very again. This is also introduction of that inverter. So here you can see, this is NMOS inverter. NMOS means that driver transistor. This is called driver transistor for an inverter. You can see this transistor is called a driver transistor. Okay. So this is called driver transistor, this NMOS. Okay. So this part, so this is called your driver transistor. Okay, and this is your load transistor. Whether it's a load transistor or any resistor, that is passive device or active device, that will discuss. But this part is your driver transistor. Okay, it will drive the output. So think about some load is there. Okay, it may be a resistor load or a transistor load. Okay, so if you give the supply voltage, so if the input voltage, so if the input voltage is more than that threshold voltage of this transistor, then this transistor will on. Okay, once it will be on, so whatever the current means, this zero will appear here. Okay, so if it will be off, there is no current flow. Okay, so no current flow means, so this VDD node will come to here. So here you can see this is the schematic part of the inverter architecture. Okay, this load part will decide means whether it will be a resistor or NMOS or PMOS, enhancement or depletion, whatever. Okay, it's a resistor or transistor. Okay, if it's a transistor, then again we'll decide it's NMOS or PMOS. Again we can decide the enhancement MOSFET or depletion MOSFET. So this is the architecture of the inverter. Okay, and this, remember, this is your driver transistor because it's drives so output. So this is the driver transistor and this is the load. So now you can see the right side the transfer character VTC, voltage transfer characteristics of this inverter. Okay, so you are increasing V in, and here you are getting V out. Okay, so at this point you can see when the input increasing, so up to some point, up to this point VIL, so transistor will be off. Okay, completely transistor will be off. That means there is no current flow in this path because there is no other path. This is capacitor at steady state, it's already charged, so there is no current flow in this direction also. Okay, so here this transistor is also off, so there is no current flow. So that if there is no current flow, so V means maximum voltage will appear here. Okay, ideally it should be VDD, but some voltage will drop here. Okay, due to some leakage current or any other current, so this voltage will drop, so you will get some VOH. Okay, ideally VOH is equal to VDD. Okay, but practically VOH somehow less than that VDD. Okay, so up to this VIL you will get this VDD almost. This is VDD, means VOH. So once that IL will reach at this point, transistor starts conducting. Okay, so once it will conduct, so that means it will start flowing the current. Once it will completely on, okay, so that means 0 will appear here. Means it's on means it's like a short circuit. Okay, so once it's a short circuit, then output will appear as it is. So you can see here, again I am saying it's not completely 0 because some voltage will drop and this node. Okay, this node to this node, so you will get VOL. Okay, so this is VOH when the transistor is off, that is VOH. When the transistor is on, that is completely on, that is VOL. Okay, and these 2 points VIL and VIH. Okay, this is also important because at VIL, so the transition will happen, and that point the slope is -1. Okay, that means whatever voltage you will change here, that amount of voltage will change also at the output. So exactly this is -1, the slope. Okay, so that's why it's important. Again, in VIH, when you will increase more voltage, so again some slope -1 will come at this point, at this transition. After that it will be VOL. Okay, so that's why these two voltages are important. And VTH, so ideally VTH is nothing but half of that supply voltage. Okay, so these 4 things means these 5 voltages VOH, VOL, VIL, VTH and VIH. Okay, so these are the very important voltages we'll discuss for every inverters, whether it's a resistive load inverter or a MOS load inverter or CMOS inverter. Okay, these things we'll discuss because finally what noise margin we will calculate based on these voltages VIL, VOH, VIH, VOL. So you have to calculate the noise margin, okay, based on these voltages. So that's why these are the important. Okay, And here you can see the VOH is nothing but the maximum output voltage when the output logic is 1. Okay, so this is the maximum output voltage when output is equal to 1, and VOL is equal to minimum output voltage when output is 0. Okay, VOL is the minimum output voltage when the output level is logic 0. So here the output level is logic 1. Remember, this is the maximum output voltage. This is the minimum output voltage, VOL. And next is VIL is the maximum input voltage on which the output will be 1. Okay, that means output 1 means the input should be 0. So this is the maximum input voltage. We can say that this input is 0. So after that it will be not considered as 0. So VIL is equal to maximum input voltage interpreted as 0. Okay, so below that voltage every input will think that it is logic 0. So this is the maximum voltage. Once you will increase that voltage greater than VL, so we will not say that it is logic 0, means input logic 0. So that's why you will say it is maximum input voltage. Okay, and VIH is equal to minimum input voltage. Okay, minimum input voltage which is interpreted as logic 1. Remember these important things. VIL, it's the nomenclature is L, but we are saying that it's maximum. So VIL is the maximum input voltage interpreted as logic 0. VIH is the minimum input voltage interpreted as logic 1. Okay, so but this is your voltage. So up to this, so we'll think that whatever voltage we will give in this region, output will come on 1. Okay, but here suppose this is VIH, this point is VIH. So whatever voltage you will give in this region, output will be 0. Okay, so that's why this is logic 1, input logic 1. This is input logic 0. Okay, this part is the maximum input voltage. This is the minimum input voltage. Okay, so this part is clear or not?
Yes,
So
sir.
anyone have any doubt?
No, sir.
So others?
Sir, couldn't get that VIL and VIH part.
So again I'm saying VIL is equal to, this is the input voltage. Okay, this is the input voltage and this is for logic 0. Okay, input is logic 0. Logic 0 means suppose your suppose your supply voltage is 5 voltage. Okay, so you are giving a exactly at 0 voltage at the input. So whatever you will get, it's an inverter. For an inverter, if you are giving 0 voltage at the input, at output, what you will get?
1.
Supply voltage is 5 voltage.
5 volts. Sir.
So you will get 5 voltage
Yes.
because
5
it's
volts.
inverter.
Yes. Sir.
Okay. So if you give 2 voltage, what you will get?
So input has 2 volt.
Yes, input has 2 voltage.
Then 0.
Output, how you will say? Because it's a 5 voltage supply. Supply voltage is 5 voltage. So if you are giving input as 2 voltage, output will get 0. So see, you cannot see in this way. So that's why there is some range. We'll say that VIL is the maximum range. So that we can say up to VIL, whatever voltage we will give, that output will be 1. Why? Because this is VIL, in input low. Okay, if you are any voltage, you will give low voltage at the input, then at the output what you will get? High voltage or not?
Yes, sir.
For a inverter, if you will give a low voltage, forget about the magnitude, is the nomenclature what you are saying low. So if you are giving a low at input, so at the output you will get high. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that's why up to what voltage you will give, that is represented as low. So that is the VIL. So VIL is the maximum voltage, maximum input voltage. It is represented as a 0 at the input. Okay. So up to that voltage level, your output will be 1. So after that voltage, you will not say, you cannot say whatever will be the output. But up to that point, up to that VIL range, means up to that VIL level, so you will say this is low voltage at input. VIL means V input low. Okay. And this is the maximum. When after that output, we cannot say this output will be 0 or 1, that is different things. But up to that point, output will be high. Okay, that's why it's called maximum. Will not say it's minimum VIL, because minimum VIL is 0.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, this is the VIL is the maximum. Got or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, VIH is equal to minimum input voltage. Okay, minimum input voltage where the output is equal to 0, means low. VIH, V input high. So this is the minimum high voltage. Okay, if you suppose if for example, for a 5 voltage supply, suppose 4 voltage, up to 4 voltage, up to 2 voltage, we will say it's a VIL. VIL is 2 volt. Means from 0 to 2 voltage, output will be what? 5 voltage. And for 3 to 5 voltage, 3 to 5 voltage, the output will be 0, means low. So that's why the 3 voltage is nothing but that VIH, minimum input high voltage. So if you'll give any voltage in between 2 to 3, okay, that transition means from VIL to VIH in that range 2 to 3. So we'll not get exactly 1 or exactly 0. Okay, that is in any in between that VDD and 0. Okay, so that's why here it's VIL is the maximum input voltage represented as logic 0 at the input, and VIH is the minimum input voltage, input high voltage, which is represented as logic high at the input. Okay. So everyone getting this point?
Yes, sir.
If you are not getting, still you can. So Akanksha,
Yes, sir.
okay. So now you understood how this circuit is working. This left side circuit is working. How it is working?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you are in 0 voltage, giving 0 voltage, so this part is off. This transistor is off. There is no current. Okay. So no current means almost all voltage is coming at the output. When it is reached at VIL, there some current is flowing. Okay. So current is flowing means this output is reduced. Okay. Output starts reducing from that VDD value. Okay. So when this voltage is very high, this input voltage, okay, So that means it's completely on. Yeah, then almost it's 0, means whatever is short circuit. So 0 will appear at the output. So this is the circuit operation, and this is the output curve. And in that VTC characteristics, so few things you have to remember: what is VOH, what is VOL, what is VIL, and what is VIH, and what is VTH. VTH is the threshold voltage of that inverter. So almost for ideal case, it is middle of that supply voltage. And another two important things: at VIL, your slope V out dV out by dV in is equal to -1. These things are getting or not? Because the transition is almost, means whatever amount of voltage you will change at the input, same amount of voltage will change at the output. So this is -1. 2 points. Okay, VIL. So both derivative is -1. Okay. So this will, because this will apply to calculate all this VIL, VIH, and this VIL, VIH, VOL, VH is required for calculating the noise margin. Okay. So now here, this is the noise margin. So noise margin generally, how we will calculate, how we will understand what is noise margin. Okay. So noise margin, first I'll discuss this part, the left figure, then we'll easily understood that noise margin. And there are 3 inverters. Okay. So this inverter you are giving VOH. So VOH is nothing but is almost same as VDD. That means you are giving a high voltage at the input. Okay. So if you are giving a high voltage, definitely you will get a low voltage at the output. It's an inverter. Okay. So that's why it's mentioned VOL. Okay. It's a low voltage at the output of the fast inverter. But inside a chip, so this signal, suppose 3 inverters are back to back connected, 3 inverters. Okay. So think about a chip. So from one inverter to another inverter, so some metal wire is there. Okay. Metal interconnections are there. And lot of other, that metal may be connected to other inverters, other circuits. So a lot of interconnects are there in between 2 inverters. Okay. So due to that inverters, maybe some loss will be there, IR drop. Okay. Resistor drop will be there. Okay. That means whatever voltage you will get here at the output of the fast inverter, so that amount of voltage will not get after that interconnects. Okay. So that is the one case. Second case, due to some noise. Yeah. So due to some noise, maybe internal, external, whatever. So due to that noise, if that noise will add this, so that maybe the voltage will maybe increases at this point. Okay. So 2 cases will happen. Either voltage will decrease at this point or voltage will increase. Okay. So this is your VIL. So in the second inverter, you can see, so we can say it's a VIL. Means that VOL is almost, we can say it's a 0. Okay, 0 voltage. Okay. Suppose there is some noise will be added, then it will be not 0. It may be some 0 plus some noise. Okay, it will increase the value. So two things happen. So if the VIL, this VIL is less than that, whatever we have discussed, that VIL, maximum input voltage for low. If it is less than that, then the output will be, you will get easily VOH. If the VIL will be greater than that, means this input will greater than that VIL. Okay, due to noise. At this input, if you will get more voltage. Okay, so at this point, if this voltage, suppose this is some V1, okay, so will be greater than equal to two cases will be V1 less than or equal to V0, VIL. So you know, if V1, this point voltage less than VIL, then easily you will get that VOH or VDD. But if V1 greater than VIL, what happened? Anyone can say? If V1 greater than VIL, what will be the output?
We will not get VOH.
We'll get VOH.
Say not get.
See, whatever we have, yes, means we will not predict the exact, that is that in between the transition region. Okay, that means this V1 is greater than VIL. Okay, so if VIL, that means V1 is not represented as a logic 0. Okay, if it's not logic, we cannot say it's a logic 1, but it's not logic 0. Then how will I expect that it will get a logic 1? Okay, exactly, will not get that. Similarly, think about this part. Suppose we are getting a logic high, means almost VDD voltage here. Okay, but what, due to this interconnect, this may be less than that VIH. Okay, this V2 suppose is less than VIH. So again, same problem will come. That means we cannot predict this value because we know. So this is 0. This part is VIL. Suppose this is VDD. So this part is VIH. Okay. So if the voltage, this point voltage V2, this point voltage V2 will be in between these two voltage, then we can get a low output at here. But this, if this voltage, this V voltage will be less than this, somewhere in between this region. Okay, so we will not get exact value. Okay, so that is the problem. So due to the noise, okay, two types of things can happen. So you cannot get a exact means output of high voltage or exact output low voltage. Okay. So from this you can calculate the noise margin. What is the noise margin? So here in the second figure you can see, here is clearly is visible. This amount, this is VIH. Okay, and this is VIL. So if you will give up to this voltage at the input, okay, suppose this is up to VDD, suppose this voltage is VDD, this is 0. Okay, so up to this voltage you will get a 1, and from this to this voltage you will get a 0. Okay, so this is the range. So this is the VIH. So that's why I called minimum VIH. This is the maximum VIH. Okay, this is called transition region. So due to noise, any signal means that input either is greater than VIL or less than VIH. So that is in the transition region. So will not predict the output perfectly. Okay. So that's why the noise margin is nothing but this voltage minus this voltage. This is the noise margin high. Okay. So this VOH minus VIH is the high noise margin. And here also VIL, this is the highest voltage, is the lowest voltage. So that's why VIL minus VOL is the low noise margin. Okay. So we will calculate in this way. What is the noise margin high and noise margin? Don't remember this formula. Just remember this figure, how you are calculating. VOH minus VIH, because VOH is higher than VIH. So VOH minus VIH, and here VIL minus VOL. Okay. So this is the noise margin. So now I'll ask one question here. So if this is the noise margin, so what should be the best case? Means if the noise margin will be more or noise margin will be less. What is the best case? What is the worst case? If the noise margin is more, that will be better, or if the noise margin is less, that is better. Now from that left figure and right figure or that formula, you can relate anything and just give the answer. Do you want more noise margin or less noise margin? Or you have not understood this part?
Sir, more noise margin because
Worker? Yes.
sir,
Yes.
because if
Because
we are increasing VO, for example, the low noise margin low. So if we are if the VOL will be increased, so noise margin, that means the difference between VIL and VOL will be decreased if we decrease the noise margin, because if we increase the VOL, then the difference
yes, yes.
between two voltages decreases, so there will be a less voltage difference for the noise to capture, so it may interfere in the output.
Yeah, good answer. So everyone agree with Satabdi, or you have other answers? See, please, please interact, because otherwise I'll say you are not understanding anything. This is very simple thing. It's two figures are in front of you. Okay. So everything is there. I have also discussed. So if you are not understanding, again I will say. But if you are understanding, please answer. Don't go for the formula. From the first figure, anyone, Satyadip also discussed, anyone want to add something from the first figure? Noise margin should be high or noise margin should be low? What happened is, okay, Akanksha,
Yes, sir.
means what? Noise margin should be high or should be low?
So it should be high in the equation.
From the equation, but I'm always hate equations. Just intuitively you can say why it is good, means for better more noise margin, the circuit performance or the tolerance will be good. Chitra, okay. Soumya? Soumya?
Yes, sir.
What else means? Please explain. Why noise margin should be more or less? Or you are not understanding? You people are clueless. I don't know. Please come out. If you the simple thing I have also discussed, and you have covered a lot of things till here. So Sapnanjali,
Yes, sir.
just to give your response means, have you understood this noise margin part or not?
Yes, sir. The noise margin is basically how much noise a circuit can resist. So, if the noise margin is low,
How many?
then
How much noise?
the
Hmm.
circuit can resist.
Hmm.
So, if the noise margin is low, then the like the
Hmm.
signal may be interrupted frequently, and if it is higher, then the transmission quality will be better. So the noise margin should be high.
Okay. Okay. Good. So Vakar, any idea?
So noise margin should be high because for the transition of VOL to VIL, it may take some time, which may be beneficial for us. The transition from 0 to 1 or means 0 to other voltage.
Maybe some time.
What's that?
No, there is no time. It's static, completely static. There is no time. It's completely static thing. Just say in that way. No time. So my simple question, that if means what should be the noise margin? It should be high or low?
Sir, it should be high.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Vakar, can you explain?
No,
See, always see the noise part means the tolerance of the circuit. Okay, if it tolerate more noise, then its circuit is better. Okay, that's why it should be always the noise margin should be more. So here you can see in the figure, left side figure, due to this interconnect. Okay, if the noise is more, okay, that means we are saying this is VIL, this is 0, this is VIL. Suppose this noise is more. Okay, so up to this part we cannot predict what is the output or input. If this VIL range should be here, then easily we can predict that output will be high. Okay, so that's why this part will be more means, so noise is more, this part will be, this part will increase, this part also will decrease. Okay, that means noise margin now, this new noise margin will be this. Okay, so noise margin should be high. Okay, everyone got this point or not?
Yes, sir. Sir,
sir.
I had a small doubt.
Okay, please. Yes, yes.
Sir, in NMOS inverter in the previous slide, the VTC curve of the NMOS inverter, after VIL and before VIH, the region that where the V out versus V in curve was decreasing, that is actually the transition. Yes, sir. That is actually the transition region. So
The
at that
transition
place,
region.
yes, sir. Sir, at that place, the noise which are
Yeah.
actually because of the coupling in the circuit, so that will be captured here. So that's why the slope will be more here, or I was asking that because in this transition region we will get more noise
No,
during this and this we are getting pure VOH and VOL, but at this place the voltage is
so
decreasing, so that is
exactly,
because
na.
of that noise.
No, actually, this part, what you are saying, this part, should be very, very less. Okay, that means the slope should be very, very stiffer. Okay, so okay, so that means very small region transition you will get. Okay, so this part is your VIL. So initially, for this case, though the slope was like this, so here the VIL, here suppose VIH. So more transition region there. Suppose your input level increases to this point. Okay, so you will not predict that 1 or 0, whatever. So that's why for high noise margin, this part, this transition part should be very, very less. Okay, that means the slope will be very, very high. Okay, instead of this, the slope will be very, very steep. Okay. President,
Yes, sir.
Satabdi understood this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the steeper the slope, the noise margin will be high. Okay, that means the VIL extends rightward and VIH extend left. That means the transition region will be very, very less. Okay, so that you will get more noise margin. Okay, and next thing is the NMOS inverter, the power and area. Okay, so that performance thing we'll discuss in the dynamic characteristics. So here only you can say the power and area, DC power and area of the transistor. Okay, area of this inverter. So area is depends upon that value. Means this what type of load you are using, whether it's a resistor or MOSFET, and is nothing but PDC is current to that